This Jaylen Brown 50-point performance was absolutely insane, and I wanted to break it down. Take a look at this double drag. We're going to get a big screen followed up by a guard screen here with Peyton Pritchard as we then roll our big to the basket, force a lot of pressure onto the big man to be either in the drop zone or help out off that first initial screen. So what ends up happening on this play, we get the screen. You're going to see Brook Lopez hedge up off the second Peyton Pritchard screen. And then as we roll to the basket, that weak side defender in Kawhi Leonard has to make a decision. Do I guard Jaylen Brown, who is going to get to the open spot of the floor, or do I guard the roll to the basket by Nimi, right? What are you supposed to do? So as we drive, we're going to quickly outlet this over to JB, and JB stops, pops, zero hesitation, gets it to go. Just coming after a few days ago, was not rewarded the Player of the Month award over Jalen Brunson and or SGA, but he said, hey, listen, respect goes to them, but no one played better than me this month. Nobody, right? And he showed it once again. The thing I love about JB is he's always going to play with the chip on his shoulder. The guy is just a legend. He's got great work ethic, and he will not be stopped, man. Love Jaylen Brown. Best Celtic I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. Now, we're going to break down the film. Before we do so, guys, comment down below. Do you think Jaylen Brown and this Celtic team can win a championship? Obviously, JT will be back soon. Do you think they have what it takes, or do they need to add a player like Zoo? Who? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Let's dive in. Take a look at this play. We're going to get this strong side screen from Luke Garza. Immediately after, we're going to start the roll to the basket. Now, what this does is create an unnecessary double team, a blender of the defense. Now, they do a really good job at sticking Jaylen Brown in the weak side corner from the actions, because when that happens, you get a little bit of rotation from Kawhi Leonard because he doesn't want to allow Luke Garza to get a wide open layup or dunk here. So ultimately, when he rotates, we're going to swing, and now JB has leverage, okay? Because he was still coming up, right? He's not in a good defensive position. JB's able to stop and pop over him and get it to go. JB was on fire, and you don't want to give JB that type of space because he'll utilize that leverage every single time. Third quarter, the game got kind of close. It was a 6-point game. 85-79, but this is when JB really started to dominate. And right here, we're going to get a fast break kind of in transition. As they start to set up their defense, we're already doing a great job because our big goes right for Derrick Jones, allowing us to have kind of a leveraged one-on-one with the big man as their extra defender. So as we utilize this screen, we're going to get through. We are going to just stop on a dime. Look at his ability here to kind of look at the feet of Zubac, right? He's not trying to sell that he's about to shoot the ball. He's trying to sell that he's going to continue his drive. And how do you do that? You don't look at the basket, right? You keep this defender guessing off that backside look, boom, pull up, stop on a dime. I feel like this is one area of his game that he has drastically improved. The ability to stop on a dime, pull the shot up, and then look at the finish over the outstretched arms of a future Celtic here. And big, obviously, I don't know that. But great finish there by Jaylen. What was special about this Jaylen Brown performance is he was absolutely locked in on guarding one of the best players in basketball as of late, Kawhi Leonard, and you're going to see him do a really good job getting over this screen quickly. You're going to get this away screen from John Collins. He sets it back facing away from the ball. We're going to kind of show to James Harden off this screen very quickly, knowing that they have a big in Nemias here. So as we set the screen, he fights over, but we all know once Kawhi Leonard gets anywhere inside this arc, the mid-range is something that's going to happen 95% of the time. He loves that mid-range, and it's always there for him. Look at JB's ability to contest this shot at the top of the... Man, great contest. Great contest by JB. Forces the first miss here by Kawhi Leonard. Now, I do want to talk a lot about this two-way performance. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we got you guys covered throughout the entirety of the year. Offense, defense, whatever you want to see. Let's go. Another really good play here. He's going to come up. He's going to see a little bit of a stagger here from James Harden. What does James Harden do? So much. Little side step, little step back three. Let me just lull my defender to sleep. I know there's no one over here. They're playing the gap to the inside of the floor, but they're not playing the gap to the outside. We're going to lull our defender to sleep with a couple of dribble moves here. And once they kind of fall asleep a little bit, boom. Like, look at how much separation he has already. Already you have separation. Boom, quick side step. 3 is up. 3 is good. Great job, man. I think JB has solidified himself as a top 10 player in the NBA. Obviously, him and JT are some of the best players in the NBA. I cannot wait to see Tatum healthy, but I wonder how much of a point of emphasis it is going to be to allow JB to continue to do what he's doing just on the side of Jason Tatum. I feel like we're going to see a lot more time when one of them is on the bench, if I'm being honest. The NBA season is in full swing, which means we all have a chance to over 1,000x our money during this year's NBA season. Now, before I get into my picks for tonight, I do want to show you a big offer that they're giving right now. If you use my promo code DUBS, they're going to give you a 100% match up to $100, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 to use on the Sleeper app. If you put in 50, they're going to give you 50, right? It is an absolute cheat code. But what I am putting in for tonight is Giannis over 30 points. They're taking on Cleveland. He usually has really good games versus Cleveland. I think he is going to have a big night tonight. Probably will get to the free throw line a ton. I also like Evan Mobley to have a little bit more assists because they have Giannis guarding him majority of the time. He likes to kick out, draw double teams in certain areas of the floor. And I think he's going to have a lot of assist opportunities. We also can look at Khalil Ware versus the Knicks. I think he's going to have 10 or more points in this game. And this is 20 to win 70. You guys can obviously put more, put less, whatever you guys want. And again, use promo code DUBS. You'll get a $100 match deposit on your first deposit, depending on how much you put in. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states, so check out Sleeper today. Once again, we're going to get this quick screen. We know that as we come off this thing, we're reading the big. If his first step is backwards, we're stopping on a dime, we're pulling up the 3. That's all we're doing. If he overplays it, you're going to see, boom, look at how far he steps back. You do not want to do that versus JB because, again, quick trigger 3, trailing defender probably could have been a foul on the backside. Great job by Jaylen. This dude is unbelievable. And then you talk about his two-way ability, and we will get into that a little bit. Another big-time shot here is he kind of draws a little bit of body contact, doesn't lose the dribble. Maybe a couple years ago, this would have been a turnover, but because he picks up that dribble, you see Chris Dunn go from a double team to nope. Okay, because that ball's picked up, let me get back over my guy. Now he up fakes, looks up at the basket, gets his guy to overcommit to the shot. From there, you just step through. Boom. Step through. Quick shot, off balanced, gets it to go anyway. At this point, the Clippers were demoralized because there was nothing you could do to stop this man. Nothing. And right here, bringing the ball up. We get a quick screen. We're going to come off this thing quickly. You see how now Big Zoo is playing way up here. Now we know we are getting to the basket every single day of the week. Before, when we set that high screen, they were playing over here, right back at that three-point line, allowing us to get the threes. This time, they're going to overcommit to getting us off that three-point line. And JB just says, bet, drive right by you, easy money, easy layup. Another great job. At this point, the game was pretty much over. There was nothing they could do to stop them. Look at how tight they're playing. They're already staggering 2 in transition. They want to get the ball out of his hands as much as possible. And look at JB. Step back 3 in the corner to basically put the game away. He ends up scoring 50, but what I thought was crazy was his two-way performance on Kawhi Leonard. I just want to show you the effort on this play here by JB. Top side of your screen, he is going to deny ball here to Kawhi Leonard, just making his life a nightmare on the floor. And they get this double drag, off ball, double drag motion here to the top side. Look at him fight. Right, he is really trying to top lock this thing, not allow Kawhi Leonard to get this ball at all, but they just set so many screens everywhere you look, but he never gives up, always pursuing the ball, getting over 3 screens in about 3 seconds, right, gets by. Obviously, we force a pull-up mid-range, tough shot, misses it. But again, you can tire out an offensive player on both sides of the floor by doing things like this, just making him work for every time he touches the ball. personally, that's what changed this game. At least Kawhi Leonard wasn't able to really get it going. Yeah, he did score 22 points, but only shot 6 of 17 from the field, 2 of 8 from downtown, and wasn't his normal self. I feel like Kawhi Leonard has been dominating. I mean, look at his past couple of games. He's been going crazy. I mean, versus Utah, 45 points. Versus Sacramento, 33 points. Versus Detroit, 55 points, 28, 41, 32. And those were all wins. They were on a 6-game winning streak before playing Boston in LA. And Jaylen Brown not only dropped 50, but I felt like did an amazing job guarding Kawhi. So we're going to end the video there. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join the family. Turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.